My name is Khairat Abdurrahman. I'm a fellow and proud ambassador of the Africa Wiki Women. Well, here is a quick reminder that our community upholds strictly the mutual friendly policy in any digital space. So I urge you all to respect one another as we coexist in this space today. So kindly introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're coming from, your name. I will be glad to acknowledge you. If you're joining from outside Nigeria, you can just please tell us where you're coming from, joining from. I'm Khairat, and I'm reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria. This session is proudly brought to you by Africa Wiki Women in collaboration with Afrodemics and Wikimedia Deutschland. So yeah, welcome Halima, welcome Pascaline, welcome Brian from Kenya. Beautiful. Thank you very much for joining us. I expect more people to tell us where they're joining from. Joy from Kenya. Prince from Imo State, Nigeria. Welcome, Prince. I hope you invited your friends too, everyone on the call today. Thank you, Mr. Muim from Gombe. Our dear favorite trainer, Mr. Muim Asili Joe from Ghana. You're all welcome. Miracle from Anambra. You're welcome. Welcome once again to the commemoration of the Wikidata's 13th birthday from Rwanda. Hamidia from Ghana. You're welcome. It's exciting to have all of you join us today. We'll be launching a 2-month editathon where we'll have participants like you and I add employer statements to items on Wikidata. We're focusing on, of course, on African women, So briefly, Wikimedia is an umbrella, as we all know. It's an umbrella body that covers or houses various aspects of human endeavors, ensuring that there is equal representation of diverse human knowledge. So Africa Wiki Women is just, focusing on African women, of course, their activities, their achievements, and yeah, all of that. So you can imagine how broad that is. Yeah, so today we are here converged to celebrate Wikidata's birthday. And so focusing on the occasion today, we'd like to start by having some icebreaker session. So we're going to have an icebreaker session, and I hope you're ready. Welcome, Adeinka. Welcome, everyone. Yes, happy birthday to Wikidata. Yay, Abigail, thank you. So let's have some icebreaker session, right? I hope we all know how to use the Mentimeter. Because if not, please, this is the 21st century and you need to evolve with the trend. Advanced workspaces now use Mentimeter for their presentations. And they've even evolved away from that. So let me share the link to the Mentimeter where I'll urge every one of us to click. It'll take us straight to the Mentimeter space where we'll answer just a few questions, just 3 questions, 3 interesting questions. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I expect everyone to join the Mentimeter space. Let me stop sharing this and then share the Mentimeter link. So just 3 simple questions, fastest fingers get something special from me. I'm not promising, or maybe I I can give a virtual I can give a virtual car key of Lamborghini. Okay, so quickly, I'll just share my screen, which is, yeah, this is the space, and you're not here yet. Let me start presenting. Sorry, I want to share my screen so you'll see we should be on the same page. If you're on the Mentimeter, just, yeah, this is the Mentimeter page. This is what you should be seeing on your phone, on your screen. Are we there yet? Okay, so here's the Mentimeter page, and we would like to move to our first slide. So welcome to Mentimeter. How many people do we have here? Interesting. 3 simple questions. Okay, are we ready to go? You're just joining us. Please click on the link to take you to the Mentimeter space. And we're here to have some fun, to ease whatever we've gone through today. I hope we're not too stressed though. Are we all
Hello,
here? Yeah, hello.
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 I don't, I didn't see the link.
Please kindly share again, Pascaline.
Okay,
Someone will share again. Okay, it's been shared again. Kindly click on the link and then you'll join us here. Before I go to the first question, because I know some fast fingers are already waiting to click. Very easy question, but let's see. Let's see. It's not so hard. The link is supposed to take you to this page. The first page is the barcode. You don't have to scan it if you're here. So it'll take you to this page. Then this is the next page, the page. And we're going to go to the first question. Are we ready? People are joining. I don't think we have that luxury of time. So we can go ahead to the first question. Okay. So this is the topic familiarity check. How high is your editing skill on Wikidata? Wow, some people are knowing nothing already. You kind of okay. Hmm. Okay. Some people are gurus, and I can almost bet who that would be. Okay. You can just click on the the point where you think you're at. If you're confident, you can click on that part of the arrow or equivalent. If it's low, if you don't know much, if you're competent enough. Two people know nothing. Oh, please. Okay, we are here to teach you though. If you know nothing, no problem. It's a space where you will learn. You learn everything about Wikidata. Thank God we have one of the best hands to teach us something about that today. So we'll learn a lot. Yeah, we have gurus, of course. We have competent people and we have people who know nothing. Some people are confident. Yeah, I should answer, but no, don't let me answer. This is just one of the questions, and you don't have to win or lose this one. It's a general question. People are in the waiting room, Pascaline. So let's go to the next questions. Next question. So I believe this uh the number of people we have on the call, or there are more people who don't have access to the Menti yet. But we're fine. We have 28 participants already, and we have just how many people on the Mentimeter. If you don't know how to use Mentimeter, you have to learn. You have to learn. Please learn because you might find yourself in spaces tomorrow where you have to you know, learn to use these things or teach people how to do them. Okay, let's go to the next slide so I wouldn't have to talk too much. How old is Wikidata by October 29th? Let's go. No one yet. Ah. Wikidata by October 29th. Think, oh. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. So many people are going for what I think. Some people are even going for 15th. Some people are going for 12. Okay, but the highest number of people have gone for the correct answer, which is 13th. Wikidata is 13 already this month. So either by 1st of October, 29th of October, or even 30th of December, Wikidata is still 13 years old. So this year we are celebrating Wikidata and we are commemorating that birthday today. But every other day for the rest of the year till next year, Wikidata is still going to be 13 years. So thank you for answering that. And let's go to the next slide, which is the last question. So who can participate in this Wikidata contest? Is it only Africans in academia, or passionate Africans with online presence, or any Wikimedian? Oh my God. Okay. So people are only you. Okay, now. So people are even going for only Africans in academia can participate. It's an interesting question, but the right answer should be any Wikimedian. If you are a Wikimedian, you can participate in this contest. So regardless of if you are a passionate African, I'm a passionate African, but if I'm not a Wikimedian, if I'm not registered as a Wikimedian, if I don't have a username on the Wiki platform, I don't think I can participate. So I'm an African, but I don't have Wikimedia account. I cannot participate. So that's the tricky question. That's the question. If you must participate in this context, you have to register and you have to be a Wikimedian. So to be a Wikimedian, you have to register on the meta page or on any of the Wikimedia platforms such as Wikidata, Wikipedia, Wiki, everything, Wiki Sisters. So you must be a Wikimedian before you can participate in the contest. We have 4.2% of people who answered. They got it correctly. So we have 2.5 who think it is only passionate Africans with online presence. No, that's not correct. And we have 1.2 percent of the people who says only Africans in academia. No, we are creating statements about African women in the academia. They are not the ones to participate, but we are only creating data for them to improve data about them. So that's why we are here. And so we're going to be inviting someone who would shed more light on why we are here and why this is happening. You know, at every project, every Wikimedia project, we have to ensure that there is equal representation of African narratives, African perspectives. So Africa Wiki Women decided to focus on African women. So that's why we are going on about African women. We have many other projects who are covering data about other African narratives. So since we're focusing on African women, I would like to invite our amiable, amiable lecturer. Please, before I announce the name, I expect some virtual claps, some welcoming emojis to warm the floor for big uh, session trainer today. That will be in person of Mr. Muib Shafiu. Oh, Mr. Muib, in fact, if you know this guy, you know that he's eloquent, he's good, is a knowledge box, so to speak. And he knows so much about Wikipedia. He knows so much about Wikidata. He knows so much about Wiki, everything. So in this session today, celebrating Wikidata's 13th birthday, he's going to give us an overview, a brief overview, and of course, train us on what we're expected to do. So let me introduce him formally and properly. Mr. Muib Shafiu is the founder and leader of the Wiki Afrodemics project. If you want to learn more or know more about that project, you can actually go to the Meta page, just type the Wiki Afrodemics project and read more about it. You will see him everywhere there, and is doing a lot. He's performing exploits. He's also the founder of Wiki Loves Afrodemics. He's a community coordinator for Open Knowledge Development Initiative, OKDI. He's also the English Wikipedia new page reviewer. So if you are new here and you're trying to find your way, navigating on how to go about your reviews, your creations, your articles, just reach out to him. It will guide you. That's why we always invite him to our sessions to help guide newbies, just like you and I. I was a newbie, so you don't have to be confused. Just let's listen to him. Let me welcome the community advisor of Wikimedia Gombe Network, Mr. Muib Shafiu. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Kindly unmute your mic and speak, please.
Thank you very much, Anat. I cannot say that it got to a stage I've begun to think that am I the person that you are referring to? Because the accolades are becoming too much. So thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I welcome you all to this meeting. One of the things that I love most about African Wiki Women is the way their participants used to, not the quality and the quantity of their participants. As you can see here, we have close to 30 people here. If you are in a hall and you have 30 people, and that's actually a lot. One of the main reasons why we used to look at online participants as something small is we are not seeing them. If you are to invite 30 people to your house and you are to cook for them, I know probably a half bag of
Sorry,
rice.
Mr. Muib, your voice is echoing. I don't know if you have more than one gadget.
No, I have only one gadget here. Can you hear me properly now?
Yes, we can hear you properly. I think it's from the
I think
other
it's from
person's
her.
network.
I could hear
Yes,
you
from her.
properly. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So as I was saying, I said if you are to invite 30 people to your house and you have to cook for them, I know probably you have to spend at least half bag of rice, especially when you have people that can eat very well. So thank you very much for joining today's program. And we are going to be talking about Wikidata's birthday. So we are going to be having a training on how you can add employee to African Wiki women in academics. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. The training is going to be in 3 phases. We are going to have the theoretical one, which has to do with a short slide presentation. And we are going to be taking some quiz for like 5 minutes just to refresh our brain. And lastly, we are going to be moving down to the Wikidata itself, and we are going to be doing some practical exercises so that when you start your own, you'll be able to know and navigate your ways around what we are doing here. Either you are a newbie or you are an experienced editor, I know and I think that you are going to learn from this training. So permit me to share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Can you
yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you very much. So you are welcome to Wikidata's birthday. And today Wikidata has become something that has changed the world, because not only human beings read this Wikidata, machines too also read Wikidata. And it's an important aspect of knowledge reservoir in the world. So as you can see, I have this one just to present to Wikidata. We have women here that are academics celebrating Wikidata's birthday. So before we start, we are going to be having some warm-up questions. It's just for us to have a kind of interaction, because people have begun to say that online training is very boring, and we have been looking for a way to make it much more lively. So that's why we come up with a lot of tactics to interact with the participants, so that online training will not be bored. You will not go and carry one head of baby and put it on the screen and you are somewhere else sleeping, because you know it is very bored. So now we have warm-up questions. Now I'll be asking this question, and if you want to speak, you can just raise your hand, and you're going to unmute yourself and speak. Is Wikidata different from Wikipedia? You can also use the chat box. Let us use the chat box. Is Wikidata different from Wikipedia, or they are just the same with different names? Yes, it is, from Prince. Okay. I think it's only Prince that think that Wikidata is okay. Catherine too say yes. Studio Silas too say yes. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is different. Good. That's very good. We all know that Wikidata is quite different from Wikipedia, and there are different ways you can access Wikidata. Wikidata has its own domain, and Wikipedia has its own domain too, but they are interlocking. You can link them together. Okay. So yes, they are two different things entirely. Move to the next one. Can you name a famous person and their current or past employer? Do you know someone that is very famous? The person can be a journalist, the person can be an academician that has worked in a particular organization before, or that is currently working in a particular organization. Yes? Anybody? A famous person that you can know. So let me start by using this one. So Whiskey work with Banky W. Okay. I'm now here, I'm referring to a company. Saadatu Hassan Liman is currently worked with Insuk University. The current registrar of JAMB, what's his name? Professor Oloyede. Good, thank you. Worked with University of Ilorin, because we are talking about employer and employee here on Wikidata. Worked with UVA, Tony Elimani worked with UVA. Worked with University of Ilorin. Now, I'm just trying to differentiate between what Issa Ali Pantami worked with ATBU. Okay, so now when you talk about employer and employee, now the person that is working for another person, we are talking about the organization that they are working with. So let us have good. I think you understand what it means now. When you work for somebody else and that current person, you want to know the person that you have worked for. Now, another question here is a polar question. It's either yes or no. Can you assume a statement and add it on Wikidata? For instance, I just say, okay, it seems I want to assume Irat has worked for University of Manchester. Let me just assume, and I just go to IRAT profile if she is on Wikidata, and I will just say, okay, employer, University of Manchester. Can I do that? No, you can't assume on Wikidata. No, you can't do this. Yes, from Utibe Salis, no, you can't. Umar Farouk, no, you can't. African Wiki Women, no, you can't assume. Bembeti, Pascalini, so we all agree that there's no assumption on Wikidata. You can't just say because, unlike Wikipedia, where we have rapid response to any form of data that you put, Wikidata has a very slow response to any data that you put. So we can't just go there and assume that, okay, let me just, because this is a contest and I want to win more, let me just go and concur something, a fallacious statement, and say, okay, this person has worked for this person. You can't do that on Wikidata. No. So the answer is no, you can't do that. Now, another one is, why do we think it is important to use reliable sources when adding data about employers or occupation? Let's just talk about it. Why is it important? It is important because if you do not put your reference, it will just be as if you are assuming that one person has worked for another person, or you are assuming any kind of information on Wikidata. Now, that now brought us to, what is Wikidata itself? For the newbie that are inside, you'll be thinking, what are they talking about? Wikidata, Wikidata, Wikidata. What are we talking about? Wikidata is just like Wikipedia too. It is free and it is open to everybody to edit. You are not being paid to edit, and also you are not being paid to read. So it is being operated by volunteers around the world, just like how Wikipedia is being operated. But unlike Wikipedia, that you have to write a full-blown articles divided into different headings, subheadings. Wikidata is where you just store, you are going to be storing structured data. It has a structure. You cannot change that structure. What you need to do is to add or remove, just like on if you are doing plus or minus. It is either this or this on Wikidata. You cannot say you wanted to write article on Wikidata. No. What we are asking you is, if this person a man or a woman? Is this person a professor? And so on. So you are just to go there and put the structure there. You are not to write any article on Wikidata. So if you are someone that, if you are like me, that you love to write a lot of articles, you have to calm down. Wikidata is not a place where you write articles. It's a place where you give data that can be read by human beings, machines, AI, and any other platform. Also, Wikidata is multilingual. When we go to the practical session, we will show you how you can read Wikidata in your language. It is multilingual, and you don't have to go to another domain before you read Wikidata in your language. Wikidata is multilingual in the sense that you can switch to any of the languages that you want to read, and you are still maintaining the same domain. Unlike Wikipedia, now, if you want to read language, Wikipedia in French, you have to go to fr.wikipedia.org. If you want to read in Hausa, you have to go to ha.wikipedia.org. If you want to read in any of those languages, you have to go there to those languages and read them. But Wikidata, you just have to switch. And also you can link Wikidata to Wikipedia or any other Wikimedia project. Now, why do we think Wikidata is important? Why are we celebrating Wikidata? Oh, it's very important. So if you're working on Wikipedia, you see there you have info box. It is Wikidata that provides the structure of that info box. So when you look at Wikipedia, you see when you have an info box, it looks much more beautiful and it is very easy to read. You can read everything at a go. And it's because of Wikidata that provide that structure for you to be able to do that. And also, when it comes to research, when it comes to getting data from a free and open source, Wikidata is one of the best in the world that you can have. And also, Wikidata assists you to connect to different Wikipedias. For instance, when you go to a Wikidata entry, when you go down to the site link, you are going to see different Wikipedia links that are attached to just one Wikipedia, just one Wikidata. For instance, when you go to a popular article, just like say, okay, let's say the article of Nelson Mandela. When you go to the Wikidata item, you are going to see Nelson Mandela in English, Nelson Mandela in French, Nelson Mandela in German, Nelson Mandela in Arabic, different, you see it. And Wikidata supports anything open. People that are not even working on any of the Wiki projects can also use data from Wikidata. Now, what is the structure of a Wikidata? What are the things that you need to know before you venture into Wikidata, especially when it comes to this current campaign that we are working on? On Wikidata, there's something called Q number. Q number is a unique identifier number. At times, if you're not careful, you can duplicate a name on Wikidata, but you can never duplicate the Q number. For instance, let's take a particular person. Let me use Wizkid. Wizkid has a name, his real name. I don't know, but I know he has a real name. That Wizkid is a sobriquet. Now, if someone go to Wikidata and create Wizkid with his real name, they will give that real name a unique identifier number. Oh, somebody already say his name is Ayo Pascaline. Thank you very much for that. Let's say his real name is Ayo, and someone go to Wikidata to create Wikidata item for Ayo. Another person go again to use Wizkid to create another entry. We have two different names, and they are going to be having two different names referring to one person, right? And we are going to be having two different identifiers. So you cannot have the same identification number. So it is unique. So if you are searching for any item on Wikidata, you can use the number and you are going to get it easily, more than the name. Because for instance, if there are two people that bear the same name, for instance, somebody is bearing Muib Sheffield and is a doctor, another one is Muib Sheffield and he is a teacher. When you put Muib Sheffield, you are going to be seeing different Muib Sheffield. But when you use the identifier number, you are just going to see the person that you are looking for, because you can never have two identification number. They can never be the same. So that's the first structure that you have on Wikidata. Another one is we have labels, description, and aliases. When you have labels means the name of the person. You already have the identifier number. Label means what is the name of the person. What is the label? Okay, his name is Muib Shafiu, or his name is, you mentioned the name of the person. And they also ask you, what is the description of the person? You have mentioned his name. What is the description? Okay, the person is the Vice Chancellor of University of Nigeria, Nsukka, or the person is the minister or the former minister of Nigeria. That's the description. Then the alias. The alias means the name of the person. For instance, the Q number of the alias of the person. Someone can have a name and they have another name. Q dot has his real name, which is the label, and the alias is the key dot. You get it now? Someone already has a name, and the person also, there are some other names that they are calling the person. So you can also add that other names to the alias. He has a name, Ayo, and other names that they are calling him, you put it there. But when it comes to celebrity, you are going to be using the label for the most common name, and you are going to be adding their real name to under aliases. Then when you are done with the two, the Q number, the labels, so you have the statements. So the statements are the facts about that person. They are the facts about that person. The reason why I'm using person here is because we are working on academics. Do you get it now? So other Wikidata, other items too that are not human being can also have their unique identifier number. Do you get it? Not only human being, like a school now, University of Ilorin, other schools, they have their unique identifier number, they have their unique name on Wikidata. But the reason why I'm stressing person here is that we are working on academicians, and most of them, they are human beings that we see. So we are yet to have academicians that are AI. So now we also have statement. Statement means the fact about that person. Oh, the person is human is a fact. The person is a male is a fact. The person is a female is a fact. Do we get it now? And also we have properties. So the properties are the person is working in a particular place. It's a property of that person. For instance, someone is an academician and he is working at University of Ilorin. So that University of Ilorin is the property of the occupation of that person. So when you put occupation, which is a statement, you are expected to add property, which is where the person is working. So when you add the statement human, when you add the statement gender, you are supposed to provide the property either male or female. When you add the statement place of birth, you are supposed to provide the property the exact place. But for this campaign, when you add the statement occupation, you are supposed to provide the property of the occupation. Do you get it now? So academics. When you add the property employer, you are supposed to provide who employed him or her, which is the actual place that he has been employed. So when we get to the practical aspect, you are going to see that. Now, look at this example. You have a name, Saadatu Hassan Liman, which is the label of the person. Then you have the property, which is occupation, P106. And what is the occupation of the person? Academics. So you can also add another property. So just to show where the person works. So when you add employee, so that's a statement, then the property will be what? Where the person works. Now, properties and statements. Property provide a type of information that you can easily relate to. So when you say employer, so you have to relate to that employer by giving the actual place of where the person has worked. Now, the person is working in Johns Hopkins University because of what? You put employer, which is 108. They will not ask you for where you are supposed to put the property. Now, when you put an occupation and you put something that's not related to work, the Wikidata will flag it off for you and tell you that what you have done is not the right thing. So you have to go and change it to a place that has the property of work. So now, for this campaign, we are going to be focusing on where academicians are working, and they are supposed to be, or they are going to be, women. So African women where they are working in various academics. Before you start, the first thing you have to do is to either create an account or you log in. So when you go to wikidata.org, you can create your account and you can also log in into your account. So that if you have created before, but if you are a newbie that you're just coming, you don't know anything about Wikidata, the best thing is to just make sure that you create your account or you just log in. So how can you navigate Wikidata? Now, if you are on Wikidata, you can search for anything that you wanted to search for, or you can search either by name or by QID. So I'm just giving you these two because I know probably by the time we get there, we have a lot of items on the meta page that you can do. But for some people that wanted to try it themselves, you can search for the name of the person, or you can search by using the unique identifier of the person. So you can navigate Wikidata through these two ways. You go to the home page, go to the search bar, and you search for the person. So if you are searching, you search by name or you search by QID. Those are the two ways you can do that. When we get to the practical section, we'll relate to that. So now, if you are adding an employer statement, the first thing you have to do is you go to the person's item. Item on Wikidata, just like an article on Wikipedia. That is, you go to the person's name in layman language. You go to the person's name. If you are looking for my name, you press my name there and the item there. Then you scroll down to statements. When you go to statements, you click on add statement. When you click on add statement, you will search and select employer. So when you select employer, then you are going to put the place that the person is working. Then you click on publish. Let me go back again. You look for the person's name. You go to statements. You click on add statement. You search and select employer. Then they will give you a place where you can put the place where the person is working. Then you put it there. It will pop up for you. You click on it and you publish it. So that's how you can add an employer statement. It is very easy. Please, when you are working on those statements, only work on statements that you have references from. Because as you are adding the statement, we also like you to add a reference to that statement so that we can confirm it. So if you are adding only statements of employer and so on, and you are not adding references, it will not count. We want to click on the reference and see that what you have done is the right thing. Now, if you want to add references, what you need to do is you will just go online, put the person's name on the internet, on Google. Then you look for reliable sources that show that the person has worked in a particular place or is currently working in a particular place. Then you just copy the reference, you go to Wikidata. After you have already put your the name of the company that the person is working, or the school that the person is working with, you click on add reference. Once you click on add reference, there are two ways of adding reference. So you can either use the Wikipedia import reference, or you use internet references, which has to do with other references from news sources that are not part of our Wiki project, like the Punch and the rest, or the BBC. So if you are using a Wikipedia reference, what you have to look for is Wikimedia import URL. But if you are using any other sources that are not part of Wikipedia or Wikimedia Foundation project, you just use reference URL. So once you use reference URL, a place will pop up for you, then you will paste your reference here, you click on publish, and you're good to go. That's the first one. That is, use reliable sources when adding employers. And also, you can also take another step forward to see if you can get the exact time that the person starts to work in that particular place and the exact time that the person stopped working in that particular place, when possible, if you can see it. So if you cannot see it, you're good to go, you leave it. But the first one must be achieved. You must add reference to it, just so as to show that, okay, this is where the person is working, and this is the reference that showcases that working in that place. And the last one is, please avoid duplicates. Always check before you add anything. Always check as if that thing is there before or not. If the person is not there before, then you can add. But if that thing is there before, you don't have to either remove that person's own and put your own, or you are duplicating the same thing. So if you are duplicating the same thing, you are giving additional work to other people that will come and clean the mess up, and they won't like it. So you should always avoid duplicates when it comes to any of the Wikimedia Foundation projects. So thank you very much. Let's take some questions before we have a little bit quiz of just 5 questions. Then we go to the practical session. So questions. Questions, let me check the chat box. Okay, Adeni Ibita, you have a question, so ask your question. Adeni Ibita, you said you have a question? Okay. What is our major focus? Okay, just like what I said earlier on, we are focusing on women first. Then not just women in general, we are focusing on women in Africa. We are focusing on women in Africa that are in academics. When we say academics, it means people that are teaching, lecturing in the university. And please, we have already curated for you a list, over 300 lists of African Wiki women in academics on our meta page. I'm going to be going there to show you. So because I don't want a situation whereby someone will go and carry the list of all the lecturers in their school and the person will start creating Wikidata items for them. That's vandalism. So we have the list, and by the time we are, I'm pretty sure that if the list exhausted, we are still going to provide another one. Do we get it now? So we already have the list for you. All you need to do is to click on that list. And add the employer, add the name of the organization where the person is working, and you should also add the reference. So somebody asked, why is it important to add referencing when editing? Because we want to verify whether what you have said, the place that the person is working, if it is a fact, or you just come up with it. So that is the reason why we want you to add reference when editing that particular aspect of it. If a start date but no end date, yes, if you have a start date and there's no end date, you can also put it and you are good to go. So both, are we to add references to all statements created? You are creating only one reference for this campaign, which is employer, only one reference, and you are to add only one statement, and you are to add the place where the person is working, and you are to add only one reference. You will get it now. So the meta page is already, okay, they have dropped the meta page in the chat box. So you can click on it to see more about the contest. So any other question? Okay, how do we get the references? You will get the references by taking the name of that, your subject, you take the name of that person, you take it to search engine, which is the most popular one is the Google. You put the name there, you search, just click on search. You'll be able to see where the person is working and the references, the URL that showcase where the person is working. So don't use social media link. You can use the official website of the person. If the person is a professor now, or if the person is a vice chancellor, they usually have the official page on their school websites. You can use that one to showcase this is where the person is working, or you can also use any other news outlet that showcase where the person is working. Yes, the training slide will be available for you. Amarachi, please, you can drop the slide for them in the chat. In the campaign score guide, I saw Wikipedia article to be translated, but couldn't find a list. Yes, we are going to be having Wikipedia training too. And we want to have the training first before we drop the guide, so that we know what we are doing and there won't be any problem. So for now, you can focus more on Wikidata, but immediately after the training of the Wikipedia, we drop the Wikipedia articles to work on. So any other question? So, okay, thank you very much. So now I will stop sharing my screen, then I will share the other screen that we have so that we can have a short quiz. And I'm pretty sure that almost all of us, we are going to participate in the quiz. So let me stop sharing my screen.
Hello, Mr. Mohib, are you still there?
Yeah, I want to share my screen, the other screen. Okay. So now we have the screen is up. Okay, so I'm going to be dropping the link where you can join the Mentimeter in the chat box. So I think I've answered that question. I saw a Wikipedia article to be translated, but couldn't find a list on the meta page. So we are going to be having a training for Wikipedia, and we are going to drop that before the training. So we just want to be sure that whatever we teach people here is what they are going to follow, because we don't want to have a training whereby we drop the link and people start to do whatever they wanted to do, and they will come back to be dragging us that our participants are vandalizing Wikipedia. So immediately before maybe immediately after the training, we drop the link, or maybe a few minutes before the training, we drop the Wikipedia article to be translated, to be created, and to be edited. So please, we have 5 people out of 14 that have joined. 6 people have joined. So I'm just giving you like 30 seconds. 7 people have joined. Please let us join the Mentimeter. Let me drop the link again. It's going to be very interesting.
Come on, we can do this. Let's join the Mentimeter and have another round of fun. I'm sure you have learned a thing or two since he started. He's always very impactful. His sessions are very educative and enlightening.
Okay,
But
now
he's just
we have 9.
starting.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Arat. We have 9 people. So once we have 10, we start. Who's going to be that person that we have 9 people here. Oh, now we have 10 people. So we are going to move forward. 12 players are ready to play this game. So what is Wikidata? A social media platform, a free and open knowledge base that stores structured data, a search engine, a blogging site. You have to be very careful with the time too. Time factors matters. Because, okay, so 12 people got the answer correctly. So the answer is a free and open knowledge base that stores structured data. The data on Wikipedia are already structured. We have 19 players now. Wow. This is like a magic. This is my first time of having 19 players playing a game with me. So let's see. Let's see who's going to be the winner of the game. Answer quickly to get more points. Which of the following is unique to every Wikidata item? P number, URL number, Q number, description is unique. You can never have the same of that. Okay, 2 people picked P number, 3 people picked URL link, 9 people picked Q number, and 2 people picked description. So the answer is Q number. So that Q unique identifier number is something that is unique to every Wikidata item. You can't have 2 referring to one subject. 19 players are ready. Okay, so you should answer quickly to get more points. What is the purpose of Wikidata in relation to Wikipedia? A, it has come to replace Wikipedia articles to provide structured data that support info boxes and other tools, to translate Wikipedia into many languages, to provide entertainment content. So, good. Majority of the people pick the correct answer, which is to provide structured data that support infobox and other tools. 1 person picked to translate Wikipedia into many languages, and 1 person also go for to provide entertainment content. Okay, so this is really getting interesting. Which property number is used for employer? Employer. P31, P106, P108, P570. Employer. Which property is that one? 11 people, 13 people. Okay, the votes are shared. P31, 4 people picked P31, 4 people picked P106, 5 people picked P108, then nobody picked P570. So now the question is, what is the answer now? We have 445. Is it P31, P106, P108? What's the answer? I think it is P108. I think I showed it earlier on. For employer, it's P108. So thank you very much. Okay. So 18 players already. One person has given up. What is the correct step to add an employer statement? Which one is the correct one? A, you search item, you edit the label, you save. You search item, you add the statement, you choose P108, which is you select organization and you save. You search, okay. The correct answer is B. You search the item first, you add the statement, you choose P108, which is employer, you select the organization that the person is working for, then you save it. So that's the correct way of adding an employer statement. So we have 6 questions out of 9 questions, then start. So you provide an example of a statement on Wikidata. Which one is an example of a statement on Wikidata? Okay. The first one is an example of the second one. Sorry, the second one is an example of a statement, because you see the item, which is the name of the person, Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, the property, which is employer, and the organization too. So thank you very much. Where should you add qualifiers like start time and end time to an employer statement? Why should you do that? Why do you think you should do that? Because we want to improve Wikidata. So we are not going there to be leaving some things behind. Why? So yes, everybody got that one correctly, because we want to provide accurate details. And when the person has worked there, and if the person is no longer working there, people can see that, okay, the person worked here, but the person is no longer here. But in this campaign, if you cannot see both the start and end time, don't worry. But what we are mostly focusing on is that when you provide the statement and everything, you must add one reference for us to confirm. If you didn't add the reference, your statement is not going to count for this campaign. The second to the last question. What should you do before adding an employer statement? A, you guess the employer. B, you use reliable sources to verify information. You add multiple employers without checking. You always create a new property. Good. Everybody got that correctly. You should use reliable sources to verify the information before you add. This is the last question that will tell us who the winner is. Okay, 16 players are ready. Let's have it. What is one benefit of creating a Wikidata account before editing? One benefit. I didn't talk about this one. I just put it just to test us. What is one benefit? It costs money, so edits are valued. It allow, okay. So everybody got that one too correctly. 15 people got it correctly. It allows you to track your edits and build credibility. So there's a new tools that they have introduced now, especially on Wikipedia. When you see someone, you can check the credibility of that account by just one click. Once you click it, you will see the edits of the person, the article the person has created, the years that the person has used on Wikipedia. So it allows you to build credibility, and it allows people like us to track your edit. If you are using IP address, we might not be able to track your edit. So let us see. Miracle is the winner of. Is Miracle on the call? Is Miracle on the call? With 6,525 points. Is Miracle on the call? Or is it Miracle AI that is on the call? If you're on the call, please unmute yourself. Let me. Are you on the call? Or you send your AI?
If Miracle is not here, maybe I can just start them in for her, Let the message to
Okay.
her.
Then how did she get everything correctly? Did she use Miracle AI?
I was on this call from the beginning.
Okay, so Miracle, you are the winner of this. So thank
Wow,
you very much.
this
Thank you very much for participating. Oh, the network is doing.
Thank you.
Are you a newbie or you are an existing? You have been contributing before.
I've been contributing before.
Okay, let me have your full name, Miracle Adimora. Oh, I think
Yes.
I've come across that name. Thank you for joining and congratulate. Let us
Not
congratulate
them,
her.
not them. They win
Let us,
every.
let us congratulate her, please. Let us your best emoji to congratulate her. So thank you very much for participating in today's call. We really appreciate that. We want to see that vibes too when it comes to the contest. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, all of you, for participating. So we are going to be moving down to the practical session now, whereby I will take you to the meta page. And from there, I will teach you how you can navigate your way easily. Second position, okay. Second position is, someone asked me, second position, okay. Second position is Minute, and the third one is St. Elmo. The third one is Artstorm. The fifth one is Abike 25. The sixth one is Utibe. Seventh one, Najatu, and the rest of the people that joined. I think they will have sent this, they will have sent them individual messages based on the position that you based on the position that you get from the short quiz. Thank you very much. So let me move down to the meta page. Just a minute. Okay, we copy the link. Okay, thank you for your patience. We have the meta page now. Okay, can you see my screen? Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, now, thank you very much. So this is our meta page. Let me log in first. The first thing you have to do when you enter the meta page is to check if you are logging. As you can see, I am not. So let me log in. So I've logged in now. As you can see, this is my username here. And this is where you can see my contributions. And this is to also tell you that Wikimedia Scholarship is still on. If you are yet to apply, you can give it a try. It's a very good place to be. So now this is our Wikidata, this is our meta page, as you can see here. So I will take you from the beginning. So this is the people that are organizing it. As part of the campaign, we will focus on improving visibility for African women in academia by updating employer statements on Wikidata and creating and improving related articles about them on Wikipedia. So we are going to be having another session on Wikipedia, then we'll be discussing about Wikipedia when we get there. So this is our timeline. And now, if you want to start contributing, as you can see, there's a criteria for scoring guide and the rest here. So adding an employer statement to 10 items on Wikidata. When you add it 10 items on Wikidata, you are going to be having 5 USD. That doesn't mean when you add 20, you get 10. No. When you add up to 10, you stop. Because the other one that you are adding will not be counting for additional 5 USD. And you cannot join any other category. So if you are focusing on adding employer statement, you are for statement. You are not for translation. So if you are focusing on creating article on Wikipedia, you should focus on that article. Not that you do Wikipedia article, you do statement, you do translation, you are expecting 15. So individual, each person is you are to get 5 USD for data reimbursement, and you have to focus on any of this. I think we are getting there. That. So we want a very wide participation. So when you add an employer statement to 10 items on Wikidata, you get 5 USD. Another person improve 3 Wikipedia articles up to 1,000 bytes and relevant sections, you get 5 USD. When you translate 3 Wikipedia articles to other languages, you have to translate them the way it is on the language that you are translating from. Don't just write 2 lines. We are going to check it, and we are also going to have people that will cross-check what you have done. If it is just ordinary machine languages without editing anything, we are going to know. So you are going to be translating quality, you are going to be doing quality translation, not just mushroom translation, please, because people from other local languages are complaining that when people translate to their language, because of in the name of context, they just translate anyhow. You have to make sure that you understand the language that you are translating to. Don't just bank on Google Translation or you bank on ChatGPT, because there are some things that chat will not be able to chat with you, and it requires someone that have the lang and the parole of that language to be able to fish out. For instance, in languages like Arabic and Hausa now, there's this gender difference when you're talking about a male and a female. So at times, machine can get confused when it comes to a male or a female, and machine can mix that up. If you don't have the parole of that language, you might not be able to understand that there's a little bit of mixed up there. So please, you should be able to speak that language, and you should be able to write that language so that you'll be able to contribute qualitatively to the language. So now, after understanding all these guidelines, the next thing you are going to do is to go to any of our items to improve. As you can see, we have listed them based on countries. So this is Wikidata item, Sudan. So now let's take the first one here. What you are going to do is, let's say, the first thing you do is to copy it and go and look for where the person is working. that is this, where you can get the source of the person, where it's working. Let me share my entire screen. Okay. So we have a Wikipedia item here. Career. She worked for just a minute. Okay. So here you can see where the person, she worked as Assistant Attorney General. Okay, this woman is not supposed to be here. She's a judge. At times the okay. This is a Wikidata item. Let me use this one. This is mixed up with Ghana stuff. Okay, now as you can see, this woman from Nigeria, I think there's a mix up with that Ghana stuff. I will correct it. You see, they said a professor of guidance and counseling and former vice chancellor of Covenant University. You see it here. So what you have to do is you click on that link. It's from Premium Times. You see another link here from the Nation. So you just click on, let's just use this Nation. So you click on that link. So this is where they talk about, she's a former Covenant University vice chancellor. So that means she has worked as vice chancellor for Covenant University. So what you have to do now is to copy the link. Just go back to the item. You don't have to go and search for it. Just click on this link here. Once you click on it, it will take you directly to the woman's Wikidata item. So you just go to add statement. See it here, add statement. You click on it. Then you are looking for what? Employer. A person or organization for which the subject works or worked. You click on it. So Covenant University. You see it here. Then you click on publish. That's the first obligation. The second one that we make your edit to count is click on add reference. Then here you are going to, if you are using an external URL, you are going to be using this reference URL. But if you are using a Wikipedia article, you are going to be using Wikimedia import URL. So since we are using premium times, which is an external link, so you click on this reference URL. Then you click on publish. Or you paste it, then you publish. Now, by the time you come to the view, we can easily click on this to go and confirm that actually this person has worked or is working here. Do you get it now? That's the first, that's the thing we are asking you to do. Is it not simple? So now I'm going to be using the Wikipedia import URL as an example again. Now this woman has a Wikipedia account here. So when we click on it, so they said, and the professor of counseling is okay, education and career. Obayan served as vice chancellor of Covenant University from 2005 until 2012. So now we just copy this one. Then you go back to the place. I just want to show you how you can also add the Wikimedia import URL. In case you see Wikimedia link that you want to use, Wikipedia link, so you click on it. So you just put Wikimedia import URL. This is it here. Then you paste it there. Then you click on publish. I'm not saying you should use the two. I'm just showing you in case you come across the Wikipedia link, you can use, or you come across the external reference link, you can use them. So that's how it is being done. So, any question? Should we add additional one, or that one is okay? Yeah, it is possible to have more than one reference, but we are saying one reference is okay for us to verify your information. Okay, this one is okay, thank you. So we are just saying one reference is okay for us to verify your information. We just want to verify the information because one is okay. You can use both, but one is okay for us. Okay. Any other question? Okay, someone said that this one is okay. Add one. Okay, before I come back to that question of how do we know the right reference to use, so let us add one then. So go back to our meta page. So let us have this other person. So let us look at where she has career writing. For teaching young women the doctrine of virtues of, okay, where did she work? A professor of English and comparative literature at the University of Port Harcourt. You see, University of Port Harcourt in River State. So let me check the link. This is where they got that information from. Okay, good. You see, she's a professor of English and comparative literature at the University of Port Harcourt. Okay, so I've gotten that information I'm looking for, that she has worked or she has worked or she's currently working anyhow at the University of Port Harcourt. So what I'm going to do is to copy the link. Now, when you look at the link I'm copying, this is The Nation. The Nation is one of the reliable sources that we have in Nigeria. So the links that you cannot use social media links, you cannot use blog post link, but you can use link like, if you are working on Nigerian stuff, news, daily news like The Punch, The Nation, Daily Trust, Vanguard, and the rest. So if you're working from Ghana, you can use Ghana News, Modern Ghana, and the rest. So it depends on the country that you are working from. So you make use of reliable sources that you have in your country. Now, I've copied this one. What I have to do is to go back to the article, to the meta page, just click on this. It will take you directly to the Wikidata item. So what you have to do is to go and add statement. So you will click on add statement, then employer. You click on employer, then you put University of Port Harcourt, right? University of Port Harcourt. You publish. So to make your edit count, you click on add reference. Now I'm using The Nation. Am I going to use Wikimedia import URL, or I'm going to use the reference URL? Anybody from the group?
Reference URL.
Okay, good.
Use reference URL.
Good, thank you very much. Reference URL. So this is it here. Then I'm going to paste it here, click on publish, and we are good to go. So is it clear now? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Very, very clear.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think this is okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this wonderful feedback. And they have dropped a form about a short feedback form in the chat box. Please kindly fill that form so that we can also hear from you. So at the end of your activities, when you are done with your activity, there's a particular form. I don't know if it's on meta page, but we are going to put it there, where you are going to, let me just go through the form for you, where you are going to be putting your contributions. We call it participant contribution form. So you are going to be putting your contributions on that form. Let me share it. Let me just enter it so that you can see it. So that form is what we are going to be looking at to get your contributions, and is what we are going to be
I already
judging.
shared it, Mr. Mohi.
Okay, yes, I'm on it now. I'm going to share it.
I already dropped it.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, she has dropped it in the chat box, but let me just share my screen for you to just show you how you can navigate it. Just a minute. Okay, so can you see my screen now? So you are going to put your name, your country, your Wikimedia username, your gender, at the end of the campaign, we are going to delete all your personal information. So you don't have to be afraid of that. So your email, then you tell us which category that you belongs to, the WhatsApp number. So you are going to list the edit that you perform on Wikipedia. For instance, if it is, I created one article and edited 2 articles. Now you are going to be dropping, when you say I created 1 article, you open bracket, you drop the link of the article that you created, you close it, comma, I edited 2 articles. You open the bracket, you drop the 2 links of the article that you have edited, you close it. That's it. If it is on Wikidata, okay, I added statement and reference to 10 Wikidata items. You open the bracket, you put the link of the 10 items that you have worked with, you close it, then you save it. So that the main reason why we are doing this is because a lot of people are participating in different contests. By the time you are done with this one, you can enter another contest, or as you are even doing this one, you are doing another contest. At times, dashboard can be very messy when it comes to that. So we will not be able to differentiate which one is our contest or which one is our campaign. But with this form, we will be able to track everything, and we will be able to provide justice to the people that are supposed to get what they're supposed to get. So this is the end of my presentation. So I'm going to be handing over to our presenter, Hirat. Thank you very much. Is Hirat on the call?
Yes, I would like someone to help me hold the fort. For now, my background is a bit noisy, and okay, just let me while it lasts. Thank you everyone for joining the call. I'd like to hand over to Amarachi if she's here. She'll dissect the requirements, what you need to do, and the prize for contributors. Okay, now please.
All right, thank you so much, Irat. So thank you everybody for joining. Mr. Mohib already explained everything that we need to know. Starting from the criteria to the link, the participant link, which will enable us review our edit. So basically, that's just what we have. And this is also to remind us or to bring our attention to the fact that we'll have a Wikipedia training, right? Because we have articles to be created and articles to be translated. And the list to these articles will be the meta page will be updated on the day of the training, right? So that once we are done with the training, we can, start off with that energy. Let's not forget that this is to celebrate the Wikidata's 30th birthday, right? And as Africans, we work towards telling our stories and bridging content and gender gaps. So I appreciate everybody that joined. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohib, for such an insightful training. So I'll hand it over back to Irat. Are you still there?
Just hand over to me.
All right, I'll hand it over to Mr. Mohib then.
Well, thank you very much. So we have seen everything, and the campaign has started. And just like what I told you about African Wiki Women, it is not about the quantity of what you have done, it's about the quality of what you have done. So this year campaign, this Wikidata birthday, so we want it to be a very qualitative one. It's not about surpassing each other by edits. It's about building an information ecosystem. So we do not want people to be looking at how can we pass each other, or want people to be looking at how can we improve everything together. That is why we have set a limit to edit that you can do as human being. I know people that can perform millions of edits in a month, but please, we just want people, everybody to have hands-on experience when it comes to this. That's why we have set that. So the category is just like a Wikidata unique identifier number. Once you are on a particular category, you cannot move to another category. So, and at the end of the campaign, I'm pretty sure everybody is going to be happy, and we are going to build the information ecosystem that we wanted to build, and we are going to make sure that if you have any issues during the program or after the program, you can easily reach out to us, and we are going to address the problem to a reasonable extent. So thank you very much again for joining this beautiful training that is being organized by the African Wiki Women in collaboration with the Wiki Afrodemis project. We actually work on African academics and scientists. So, and also Wikidata, forgotten where is it from Dutch? So we are going to be calling it a day here. The WhatsApp group is open if you have any other thing to ask us to say or any question, we are going to be attending to that. Someone said that, please, I can't access the link. Okay, they've dropped a lot of links. Which of the links?
Please,
Can you
let's
recap?
the link
Okay.
to our WhatsApp group.
Okay, it's not working.
I'm asking to please drop
Okay,
the link to our WhatsApp group.
Amarachi can do that. Amarachi, you can do that. The link to the WhatsApp group so that people that wanted to join the community can also do that.